Good morning and welcome to PMB Morning Show, where politics meets business and the real issue takes center stage. Today we are looking at two stories that define the nation: Atiku opposing campaign ban and then corruption. Just recently, the government announced that some states will not be hosting a political campaign in their states, citing insecurity as a reason for excluding those states from participating or hosting campaigns. These issues have attracted serious concerns from top politicians like Atiku. According to him, the ban is not necessary, describing it as a mere political distraction capable of undermining democracy in Nigeria. He also believes that every part of this country should be allowed to conduct campaigns so as to reflect the true wishes of the people. At the same time, away from politics, let's dive into the issues of corruption. The war against corruption has beamed its satellites on a high-profile government official. The former governor and Minister of Defense, Alhaji Badiru Abubakar, has come under intense financial scrutiny. This has raised many questions whether it is a genuine move, to curb financial crime, or another political witch hunt that or another political witch hunt, I beg your pardon. What will become of him as a formidable cabinet member? All right, this morning, we connect the dots between leadership, accountability, and delivery. Because in the end, government is not just about winning elections, but it's about making life better. Stay with us. We shall be back to look at what the newspaper has for us today. I am Chidi Kenneth, and as usual, I have my colleague and my co-host, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Mr. CK. How are you doing?
Fine. How was your night, sir?
We thank God. Good morning, viewers.
Yes, I can see you're looking dark brownish this morning.
Of course, no. My complexion is dark brown.
There's a song that goes down, skin girl, brown skin girl. The one is brown skin baba. Yes, you're looking good this morning.
Thank you very much.
And I'm sure you are ready for the newspaper review this morning.
Yeah, certainly.
Let's hope we don't get the usual.
As usual.
This time, not usual.
As usual, we pray for such, but we don't know the surprises the producer can come up with for us this morning.
Okay. We shall be going on a short break, and when we return,
he may decide to make today an exception, though.
Well, let's see. We shall be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll dive straight into the newspaper review. This is PMB Morning Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time out. Welcome back to the PMB Morning Show this morning. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and as usual, I have my colleague and co-host, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning once again.
Good morning, Mr. Chidi. Thank you, viewers, for
Yes, Mr. Shaibu, newspaper review this morning, as usual, is our usual blood tonic, where we the first early morning blood tonic.
Yeah.
Where we try to dive into issues, making the rounds, shaping the political landscape of our country.
Certainly so.
Yes, so let's see what we have this morning. The first newspaper, let's see the caption, let's see. Gunmen on rampage. Daily Sun.
Exactly. Gunmen on rampage. That is the major headline coming on today's Daily Sun. Kill 11 in Katsina, 7 in Benue. Pastor, wife, 2 kids slaughtered in Plateau. Kidnapped 10 students, others in Kaduna. Military engage veterans in tackling rising violent conflict. That's very sad. So this is happening all across northwestern Nigeria, north central. Yeah, mainly because Kaduna, Katsina northwest, then Benue and Plateau north central. Kill 11 in Katsina, 7 in Benue. Pastor, wife and 2 kids slaughtered in Plateau. Kidnapped 10 students, others in Kaduna. Military to engage veterans in tackling rising violent conflicts across the country.
Okay, military to engage veterans. That's retired generals.
Retired army military personnel.
Wow. But this is
not officers and other ranks.
These are the issues we've been trying to avoid. And here we are again. We are seeing it live, staring at us here. It's so sad. It's regrettable.
So you can see we have already surrendered ourselves to the fact that daily, every day, we must see killings going around in our country, all across the country, but majorly in the northern part of Nigeria. And you see, it is these killings that are giving the reason for the National Assembly to start thinking that election activities, campaign activities cannot take place in some states. And once you begin to say so, you will know the direction of the statement actually where it is leading, where it is actually leading to. Because if campaign cannot take place in such places, definitely election might not also take place in those places. Although that is not the statement as of now, but you know, ultimately, that is where the statement is actually heading to. And it is very, very sad, actually.
It's looking at, some might also argue that the fact that it's looking like something that is arranged.
Of course. Some is beginning to look as if it is stage managed. Although it is very dangerous. You see, politicians always play around with the life of the citizens, and it is very, very unfair. If those citizens are not in place, actually, who are you coming to rule over? Who are you coming to lead? When people keep dying every day, who are you ultimately coming to lead? I don't know what they stand to gain. Actually, not. See, if we are going to Sierra Leone, Liberia, all over Africa, ensure to for security, peace, and security assistance, why can't we ensure same in our country? This is one angle that other African countries are laughing at us. We go and perform wonderful in other African countries, while in our countries in the service burning. People are dying daily.
So it's looking at like an alleged,
yes, it has a lot of things, political connotation, as if it is deliberate, as if it is something that politicians want to take advantage of. That's what is beginning to appear, seem like, actually now.
Okay, we have another one there, still on the Daily Sun. 2027, Jonathan Obi, others meet in Abuja. Why killings is going in the north, politicians are still meeting.
That's what they are much more concerned about. Why can't these people come together and talk security?
Probably they know what you don't know. Then maybe there's some things they know that you don't.
Most definitely.
You know, I mentioned.
Most definitely.
I said something when I was discussing with funny enough, I was discussing with some Nigerians in an open bar. And I said 416 people were kidnapped somewhere around Goza. And the man said, did you go there to see them? That was the first question they asked me.
And that implies something.
The man said, can't leave those things. Did you go there? Did they show you pictures? Did you go there to see the 416? Now, do you know what is 416? That should leave all those.
Well, we have seen that happen once in the country when Chibok girls, almost 306 something, were kidnapped and taken across the bush. We saw it just recently when school girls were abducted. I think.
I don't know. I'm trying to tell you.
I understand what I'm
tell you. Some reactions about from some Nigerians.
Yeah, people are beginning to think it is stage managed.
Yeah, people are beginning to see it as stage managed. People are beginning to see it as this thing is just an act to distract Nigerians and get us talking. Why the main activity is going on backstage.
Exactly.
Just yesterday, I sent you a message where a Nigerian told me something that more APC members are now registering into the ADC to make sure that a weaker candidate wins the primary.
What do you call pseudo members?
Yes.
False members.
When I heard that thing, I was so shocked. I was so perplexed. I was saying it that more APC members are finding them way. APC members are finding their way into ADC as members,
probably to cause confusion.
Yes, probably allegedly to, and that he was saying that those they were there, they're the one pushing the likes of some of the candidates to say, "Come on, you can do it."
Oh, that's politics for you, because like I always say, all is fair in war and love. You can do whatever you can to win your love. You can do whatever you can to win your war. So politics is in itself a war. And then I tell you, the ruling party in itself cannot just hold its hand and then see it being dethroned. This is natural. This is natural. You understand? So they can exploit.
So they are also scheming.
As the other side calculate and scheme and permutate, the other side too, the ruling party will also be doing the same. So this is natural. Exactly. It's natural. Anything they think that can give them advantage, they can do. It is now left for the opposition to make sure that they block all leakages, any pathway, any avenue that can lead to their destruction. They should, as much as they can, try to see that it doesn't happen.
So it's a political battle.
Exactly. All is fair in war and law.
The winner takes it all.
The winner takes it all.
But then again, you should wonder why, can't we do politics in a very clean manner?
Well, because traditionally that is how our politics has been recently. Our policy in Nigeria has changed from the 1970s to early 80s and what we have today, honestly speaking. Because now, essentially, politics is about money. You use huge amount of money to carry out
politics is business.
Exactly, it has become business. That is why when politicians find themselves in position of authority, 90%, or let me just say 80% of the activities is looting the treasury. They know how much they spent to be there. So when they come, they have to make sure they return back their money plus interest.
Plus profit.
Plus profit. They know. We are not afraid to say. They steal money. They loot money. Nobody can. See, just yesterday, I was going through historical documents, especially from newspapers. There are about 58 governors that have been convicted all across the country. Some have been, cases have been nullified, some have been vindicated, but 58 former governors.
58 of them?
58 former governors. So everybody that has become a governor, you'll find out that some people have been accused of mismanagement of funds, stealing, looting, corruption to billions of naira. I think this also form part of our discussion this morning.
Yes, yes.
We'll discuss
where Badiru Abubakar is under serious financial scrutiny.
Exactly.
Let's take it up a bit. Let's see, still on the Daily Sun.
This is what they do. They come to power and they steal money.
Do we still have any juicy right there? Can you take it up, please, producer? Take it up.
Yes, here we have Zenith Bank strengthens Francophone West Africa presence, launches Cote d'Ivoire subsidiary.
Zenith Bank strengthens Francophone West African presence
and launches Cote d'Ivoire subsidiary. That's good because already we have our UBA, United Bank for Africa, in so many African countries, I think. And now Zenith
Bank is spreading.
Exactly, spreading. We have some of these banks even in foreign countries, even in Europe and Americas, I think. The UBA and probably Zenith is also reaching places now. It's good. At least this shows that we are growing. Our banking sector is growing and growing, becoming international. Alleged coup. Court orders accelerated trial of suspect. Better. Alleged coup.
Court orders accelerated trial
of suspect. So bars journalists from proceedings. Bars journalists from proceedings.
So why are they buying journalists?
That is what I wanted to ask.
Why? What is there anything to hide?
These are the people that can document whatever is happening and then inform Nigerians about what exactly is happening, because this is a very serious case.
You accuse somebody of coup plot, such a sensitive, high-profile matter,
exactly,
that is considered to be treasonable,
and you ban,
and then you are buying the media from coming to take proceedings and observations and minutes of what is going on.
Honestly, it doesn't make sense.
He who must come to equity must come with what? Clean hands. Is that not what they told us?
Exactly.
And part of the clean hands and transparency in the review process is involving the media. I don't know if I'm getting it wrong here.
No, you're not. You're not, because virtually that's exactly what's happening. Just recently, we had NBC trying to make life very difficult for
trying to broadcasters,
Exactly. And now we are even caught by themselves, barring journalists from proceeding of a very important situation now. Coup plotters. This is something that Nigerians are supposed to know.
But in time past, journalists are allowed to,
of course,
to assess, of course, suspects, coup plotters.
So that means there is something behind the closet that we are not very much fully aware of for now. Ireti Kingibe dragged to ICPC over 100 million naira kickback for fake contract. Ireti Kingibe, I think Ireti Kingibe is the senator representing the Federal Capital Territory under the platform of the Labour Party.
She is the highest political leader.
Yes, but now I heard she moved to ADC. And it appears as if anytime you see some people are being attacked by the ICPC or AEFCC, you'll always find out that they are either from the north or either from the ADC. Definitely not from the APC. It's either from the north, majorly northerners, and often people, even not from the north, but they have defected from the major party or from the other political parties to the major opposition party. And this is very clear. What is surprising me is now, why is it that things are happening very, very in broad daylight? Negative things are happening and nobody is talking about them. So far, all the people that have been convicted either by the EFCC or the ICPC are mostly, almost all, strong northern politicians or people that
are from one political extraction.
And are from the opposition, or people that might have defected from the ruling party and move on to any other opposition party, or people that move even not from the ruling party but from other parties to the major opposition party of the ADC. So I think Kingibe is just one of them.
But
Mohammed, former Minister of Justice, what is his name? Ahmed Nasru El-Rufai. The list continues. Is it that from the southern part of the country or from the members of the APC, ruling APC now, there are not people that have committed corruption while they are in politics?
Well, some might also argue with you. Some might also come up with the opinion that, in the time past, over the years, the North has been, the major decider in our political landscape.
Look at you. What are you talking about?
In terms of elections, the North has been. It's proven that elections. So any person contesting for election is interested in what happens in the North. I'm trying to tell you that.
So does that justify?
I'm not justifying. I'm with you.
Northern politicians should have to.
No, I'm in line with you. You need to listen to me to understand where I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm in line with you. I'm aligning myself with you. That of course, if you are contesting for election, and probably some people have also argued that the North is not fully in support of the current government.
Okay. Yes. Obviously.
Yes. If you look at it, most of the conspiracy against this current government is coming from northern politicians.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, and that explains why you see,
particularly because you use the word most of the opposition.
That is how it is looking like.
Exactly.
If you understudy carefully the political battle and tussle, you understand that most key political players in the North are not solidly behind
anti-ruling parties.
Yes, apart from Shekara that has joined, where else? El-Rufai is in ADC, Atiku is in ADC, Tamboa.
Honestly, the big
power brokers in the North, they are not in APC now.
Not in APC.
So it is like some might argue with you that the whole alleged witch hunting is a result of that.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I do now. I do. But Ireti Kingibe
is from the North.
Although she's married to the North, but she's not from the North.
Well, she's articulated.
She's from the Southwest. She's the wife of former Babagana Kingibe. This Borno person that was one secretary to the federal government, I think, under Yaradua's SSG. He was the running mate of Abiola in 1993 election. They won. He was his vice president.
Yes.
So Kingibe, he has been a diplomat all his life through. I know him as a Maiduguri person. So all his life through, he came from a.
He's your brother, right?
It's my brother. Yes, Kingibe. Exactly. So
now, why the opposition is having their own fair share of the political battle? We have the 2027 APC crisis deepens in Nasarawa, Niger. You can see that the crisis is not only likened or peculiar to the ADC.
Exactly.
Everywhere there is gathering of human beings and politicians,
yes.
there must be one or two political rancor. And that is what is appearing to look like.
What is bringing about this crisis in the APC is because of the recent decision of the NWC that there's no...
the National Working Committee.
Now, of the APC, that there's no longer automatic ticket.
Yeah. And the fate of the senators...
Every ticket has to receive the blessing of Baba in Aso Villa and the governor himself. So that is why you will now begin.
You must receive the presidential baptism.
Exactly, and then the gubernatorial
parting at the back.
Parting at the back for you to be able to acquire your ticket, whether it's a National Assembly or any other position.
I think, for me, I think this political tussle this time around is more or less like the mafia zone approach.
Honestly,
everything is mafiaed. Everything is crossing the T's and dotting the I's. We are most likely going to see one of the most interesting and intriguing elections come 2027.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Of course I do. Of course I do. It's going to be a very, very intriguing, dramatic.
I'm
telling you. I'm telling you. I've never witnessed an election like that. Honestly, I haven't witnessed it.
Even though it has not happened, we hope to see it.
Even the tempo, the pre-election tempo is even at the presidency level.
Yes,
you can understand.
They see why it is like this.
Yes.
Honestly speaking, some might also come out. There's a lot of theory why it seems like some say probably because Nigerians are tired.
Honestly,
Nigerians they want to make a change indeed, because a lot of promises were made, bogus and gigantic promises.
Promises have been made,
and
none have been achieved.
And things seems to be as usual, honestly, if not worse. So, just like you said a few weeks ago, that next election is not going to be decided by the votes.
Exactly. It's
going to be decided by the hunger, the bad
policy, the huge taxation, the high price of petroleum resources, the hunger, the poverty, the sickness.
I have a brother, let me tell you, I have a brother living close to my estate. He bought 15,000 kV solar gen, solar inverter.
Wow.
15,000. Very big. And disconnected his light from the national grid.
From the national grid. Of course.
I think it's about how many million naira. Very expensive.
But very soon.
And you know what he told me?
Yeah?
I was with him. He just connected it yesterday. The day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down with him yesterday and of course, at about 6:30 to 7,
yes,
AEDC took the light. The power went off in my estate. And he asked, and I screamed. I said, "Oh, I was about to go home."
Yes.
And he said, "What's happening?" I said, "They've taken light." He said, "Did they take light in this country?"
Because he's now comfortably secured by his inverter. You can see that. But even that joy.
That was what he told. I looked at him and said, "My friend, what's your problem? You just bought." He said, "No, I'm asking, do they take light in this country?" Because I don't think they take light.
I see. Go home and tell him that I'm advising him he shouldn't get excited. Because very soon, even that joy, even that happiness will be denied to Nigerians. Because in places like Lagos, they are beginning to tax even the... Can you imagine?
The solar
will not provide electricity.
The 15,000 kV I bought,
I'm telling you,
carried everything, including pumping machine, everything in his house, and
they will kill the excitement.
10 years warranty.
This government will kill his excitement very soon.
Let's say in the next 20 years, that guy has nothing to do with light.
Are you aware that in Lagos they have already begun taxing solar energy?
It was rumored, but I've not been to Lagos to find out, or neither have I called anybody in Lagos to find out the situation of things
around the country.
But
even with uniform,
uniform
official, something that you see now, Nigerians are very smart. They can differentiate. Even me at my age now, I can differentiate between an AI video and a real video. Even me at this level.
Why should somebody tax your solar energy?
That is it. That is what Nigerians are talking about.
God that gave you the sunlight?
Yes. Even the sun that we are enjoying, they'll begin to tax us, and very soon, even the air we breathe. Even the air we breathe. These people, they're heartless. I am telling you, they have no heart.
Well, I also saw a sticker about
their heart is so roasted.
And after a while, it was denied that it's not true.
Well, we saw a video go around. We saw a person in uniform. We saw them make the statement. We saw even the car is marked. The Jeep that brought them is marked. You understand?
I use my hard-earned money to give myself life. I'm the local government of myself.
Why will you leave? That's by implication the language. Why will you leave?
The national grid that is drunk.
Exactly. Why will you leave? Why will you?
The national grid that is allegedly drunk, collapsing.
You have to suffer. The idea is Machiavellian. You see,
yeah, I'm looking. Once
people believe
I told that my brother. I said, look, I wish I can. Once I lay my hands on any good money, I will also join you by saying, do they take light in this country?
I'm impressed.
Next newspaper, please. Blueprint. The blueprint has it. 58% of NEL beneficiaries from the North. We need hope ambassadors. Speaking. 58% of NEL beneficiaries from the North.
This is really debatable.
Assures Kanu,
I think
Castina.
I think we'll make this one a topic.
Rail line to be completed December. Began media tour of Northwest, Thursday.
Assure Kano Katsina rail line to be completed by December. Begin media tour of Northwest on Thursday. We need Hope Ambassador. I think these are the people that are in support of this administration and the administration determination to come for a second term. So whatever they will tell us to make us comfortable and to fall in line, they will tell us. But this,
especially you from my brothers, like the likes of you from the North.
Exactly. So this statement is very, very debatable.
But what is forming your opinion? Especially Mr. Ibrahim, you from the North. Is it the hunger in the North? Is there
everything in terms of developmental project?
Some might argue that anytime a power goes to the South, it has always been like that. That people from the North always react. I don't know.
And every time power is in the North, mostly the government that is headed by Northerners always work hard to make sure that the South has been taken care of. When Buhari came to power, he concentrated his first tenure essentially to developing the South, thinking that when he come for a second time,
that is the construction of the second Niger Bridge.
Exactly. He was thinking that when he come for the second time, he concentrate on the North. But unfortunately, when he came for the second time, one, he was not very, very strong, healthily, clinically, and secondly, there are so many issues that he did not do, end up not doing anything much to the North. There's what you call identity when the Northerner happens to be in position of power. That once you are in power, first, don't work in your house first. Look elsewhere. That's the belief. That's the Islamic indoctrination. That is fairness. We are trained. We are molded along that path. Do you understand? Even if you give something at home to share, the person that is sharing it will always neglect himself. He takes the last part. So you understand? So all of us were trained and modeled and functioned along this manner. That is why you see when leaders come from the North, they hardly do that. Many people are saying, especially from the South, when we are discussing, they say, look, your people have been in position of power for so long. What have they done to you? They keep asking us this. What have they done to the North?
Now we have another.
But I cannot come out and tell you that northern leaders have not done anything in the South.
Of course, well, that's a very good opinion there. Exactly. And we see government demand 150 million for adopted 9 students of Kogi Islamic Center. Adoption still going on?
Of course it is.
Everywhere. Killings and adoptions, and we just hope that someday we wake up in the morning and we don't see these headlines anymore. That's our prayer and that's our hope. Court sentences man to death for killing own father. Why will somebody kill his own father? Well, you want to find out why? Go to the newspaper stand and grab a copy of the blueprint and then find out. Joshua set for boxing return to fight Fury. All right, Anthony Joshua is still yet to, admit the fact that he has been defeated by Fury, and then I think he's trying to stage a comeback or a return. Zenith Bank expands footprint with Code Over subsidiary branch. Okay, subsidiary launch. I beg your pardon. We have 2027, like Abiodun, Sule, Sanwo-Olu, Bags, Hamzat as Lagos preferred candidates. Hamzat as Lagos preferred candidate. I think Hamzat seems to be the
incumbent deputy governor.
Yes, deputy governor. Okay. All right. We have another radio there where we saw David Mark. Is that okay? No.
Military unveils plans to engage veterans on rising insecurity.
Military unveils
plans to engage veterans on rising insecurity. Initiative will adopt non-kinetic approach to crisis resolution.
CDS.
Initiative will adopt non-kinetic approach to crisis resolution, CDS. Iran offers to reopen Strait of Hormuz if U.S. lifts blockade. Iran offers to reopen Strait of Hormuz if U.S. lifts blockade. Official.
Oh, okay. Iran, I think Iran is making some kind of move there, promising to open the Strait of Hormuz if U.S. leaves the blockade. You know, it is reported that the U.S. Marines are hanging around.
There are some interesting riders there too.
Okay.
Despite reckless borrowing, you can see another headline there. Nigeria's foreign reserve dropped, now only 48.45 billion naira in April.
Our foreign reserve?
That is disappointing. Just 48, and not in dollars, but in naira. Our foreign reserve.
So we are broke.
This amount of money is an alarm money that one former minister or somebody can be able to loot at one sitting. 48 billion naira. 48 billion naira.
For a country like
our
Nigeria?
Country, our foreign reserve. Where did they go to? What happened to them?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I have to ask.
Your guess is as good as mine. Are we not here when we saw that in 3 years?
As huge as Nigeria has only a foreign reserve of 48.45 billion naira.
Are you not here when the World Bank released
this month
figure of 34.5 trillion? Leakages from
this is laughable.
Distributions and
honestly speaking,
distribution
laughable.
Well,
look at Transcorp PowerNet, 41.2 billion dividend at 13th AGM. That's just a company. Transcorp PowerNet, 41.2 billion dividend at 13th annual general meeting. Nigeria's foreign reserve dropped now, 48.45 billion.
Naira.
Naira.
That is what is now foreign reserve.
Exactly.
So we are broke now.
Seriously, stupidly, bastardly, broke.
Broke.
Idiotically, broke. I'm telling you.
Mr. Jaibu,
nothing impresses
and the way and manner you try to describe this situation,
yes,
and the vocabularies that you are using to launch it in such a in such a way and manner is very, very interesting and funny.
We used to have hundreds with S.
Even in dollars.
In dollars. And now we are having only 48 in naira. If this is not embarrassing, what is? We have become a laughable stock among African countries now.
But this idea of trying to engage retired generals and veterans and the approach, adopting non-kinetic approach. This is not the first time non-kinetic approach has been used. I think we are probably exhausted all forms of approach or approaches, as it were, and the killing still continues.
Yeah, I think the idea is, if you look at it very carefully, young boys and girls have been recruited to the military. They are just recently being trained, and then they will now be sent to the war front. Do you understand? Most of them do not have the required training and exposure to face those criminals, those insurgents in the battlefield. So I think the idea of now bringing in the veterans will help a great deal, actually, if you ask me. You will see a boy just finished this Jara Depot school. Just freshly after training, they will just send him to go and face Boko Haram. You understand what I'm saying? He hasn't been exposed to all these things apart from the training he received in military school in Zaria or elsewhere. And then you are now sending him to go to the bush and fight. It seemed as if they are originally being recruited just to go and fight the insurgent. That's why you see regularly they are recruiting soldiers all the time. Have baked beans, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Next newspaper, please.
The Guardian.
The Guardian.
APC risks internal crisis as governors hijack nomination forms. APC risks internal crisis as governors hijack nomination forms. Baba Ahmed is there. PRP faction. Okay. We are on the Guardian. Can you go back to the Guardian, please, Mr. Producer? Yes. So you see, just like we were discussing initially, now for you to earn the ticket, you have to go and bow your head to the governor. Or
That is
even if the governor likes you, if Baba at the top doesn't like you, you still have a huge amount of work.
So you have different stages of bowing.
Exactly.
After bowing to the governor, you go and bow to the president.
Exactly. So if you are in the good book of the governor can go and make you be in the good book of Baba, and then now you will earn the ticket. So this alone is providing room for crisis within the party.
Of course, it is expected that APC is going to have their fair share of crisis.
Of course they will.
If not worse than ADC. Of course they will.
See, if you remember in 2020.
Because putting together 32 governors.
Yes.
Of 32 politicians. Men of like minds. Not even.
There's an observation you brought behind the scene. Yeah. That people are trying to, from the APC are trying to defect to the.
They're trying to infiltrate the ADC.
It may even not be what you are thinking. Because this is exactly what happened to PDP. When Nigeria wanted to pay PDP, they started defecting to APC en masse. And you can remember what happened. So I see even this happening in the APC. Believe me sincerely. Particularly people from northern extraction may decide to defect out of the APC en masse very close to election time, just as they did to PDP when it was very close to the election time. Sometimes northern politics is very, very slippery. You cannot predict it. Even northern politicians themselves hardly predict how the direction of northern politics goes, particularly when it asks the ordinary voter. Like I tell you, things have changed. I went practically to assess this situation. Governors can no longer control vote flow in many major cities and villages of the north, particularly the villages where the most of the votes are coming from. Well, like if you play back, they will serious beating. I'm telling you. So the government
still saying still on politics here. We see the PRP faction rejects Abuja convention, alleges ADC's plot to hijack party. We also see there alleged coup plotters
accelerated hearing and banned journalists from proceedings.
So journalists, it's confirmed that journalists have been barred.
Yeah. Jonathan meets with Obi, others behind closed doors. Jonathan meets with Obi, others behind closed bars. Wow, you can see a lot of drama taking shape.
A lot of closed doors.
Honestly speaking, and
closed door meetings
with bigger names like Jonathan, a gentleman now coming to show some body language here, speaks volumes actually. So
you have again what?
Jonathan meets with Obi, others behind closed doors. Nigerian envoy condemns killing of 2 citizens in South Africa. So they don't start, Abi. Nigerian envoy condemns killing of 2 citizens in South Africa. Jet AI crisis deepens as airlines warn of imminent shutdown. Let them join the roast too. Jet AI crisis deepens as airline warn of imminent shutdown. AI is the jet aviation fuel. Then Zenith expands West Africa's presence with Cote d'Ivoire subsidiary. Zenith Bank expands West Africa presence with Cote d'Ivoire subsidiary.
Okay, most of the papers seem to be carrying similar stories.
Yes.
Especially in the issue of the Zenith Bank, the issue of the court, accelerated court proceedings for the suspected coup plotters.
And Jonathan meeting Obi.
Yeah, Jonathan meeting Obi. And so on, and the crisis, anticipated crisis on APC, as a result of the hijack of political structures by governors and some political.
You see the possibility of the ADC moving to another new party. That's why the PRP is now beginning to raise concern and protest, because likely, if the legal battle and legal tussle does not favor ADC in the end, despite their internal crisis, they still want to assume or wear the cloak of another political party. At the initial stage of this whole thing drama, I opined that it is better for them to have registered a new political party entirely, because at that time, it wasn't too late for them to do that.
Well, moving to another political party might also spring up other issues. Somebody again will come out and say, another Balana few will come out and say, I was not properly told to resign.
No, I said.
I mean, if
registering new political party
would have been the best.
Would have been the best.
But now they cannot do that now.
It's too late, honestly. It's too late. So, any other paper?
Daily Trust. Daily Trust has it.
Yeah.
Who is there?
A very sad story.
Court members, final words. Who is there?
Many children. So she might have been murdered or killed or what?
Yes, the court member asking the question, who is there? And
that happened to be his last word.
And that happened to be his last word. Yes. Okay, his name is Seun Adeoye. Okay. The father of the slain court members, Engineer Sani Jimo, has, recounted how soldiers allegedly shot and killed his 24-year-old son, Abdul Samid Jamil, inside his room in Dakwa Community, Buhari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory. The deceased, a civil engineering student, graduate of the Federal University of Technology, Minna, was just 1 month away from completing his National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, in Karo, local government area of Nasarawa State, when he was killed in the early hours of Saturday.
Wow.
Jamil, popularly known as Kesh, had lived in the apartment for some years until the unfortunate incident. His cousins, Yusuf, and Adeze, who spoke at the scene, described him as disciplined, focused, and widely admired. Well, may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
And that was his last words. Who is there?
This is very sad.
And,
so Remi is in my state. Barro, Remi Tinubu commissions Zulum's nursing quarters and 2 mega schools.
Okay. Remi Tinubu is in Borno State. And I'm sure Borno State is not one of the states that was listed as the state that will not.
It is among.
It's among.
Yes.
But the president's wife is there.
It is the first state, in fact, on the list.
But the president's wife is there.
Yes, Borno was the first state on the list.
And the visit of the president's wife can be adjudged similarly or closely to be can be equated to any campaign.
Exactly.
So if you are saying, I'm trying to put up logic here, if you are saying campaign should not hold in Borno State, the visit of the wife of the president,
the first lady there,
if she can go there and be safe and then commission projects, then campaign can hold.
Honestly speaking,
I'm just thinking aloud.
That means there's relative peace. That campaign should take place.
Enough to host the president's wife that has the capacity to gather crowd too.
Exactly.
You see, okay, well, let's see how it goes. It's politics. Suspected
Suspected meningitis outbreak kills many in Sokoto.
Suspected meningitis outbreak kills many in Sokoto. And Jet AI one-way flight may hit 500,000. Wow. In Nigeria. So the aviation fuel.
Nothing actually works in this country. I can beat my chest and say this anywhere. Sincerely speaking,
but what is behind all this?
Nothing works in this country.
One-way flight may hit 500,000
easy.
So everybody will be forced to go by road. I think it's okay.
Nothing is easy.
Let's everybody go, but let's ply the roads and let's see how it is. Because some Nigerians are not complaining.
Are the road good enough for you to fly?
To ply the roads?
Well, it was all over. Tell me how many Nigerians.
I went to Lagos for 23 hours. I told you. Because of bad roads.
So but you see, don't know.
The aviation fuel that has been affordable, flight ticket has been affordable.
Nigerians have to come out. And
now the big men will all of us will go by the road. Let's go by the road and let's see how it, and bear the brunt. Benga Hashim urges Labour to be active in saving Nigerians' democracy. Benga Hashim urges Labour to be active in saving Nigerians. The Labour Party, the Nigerian Labour Congress, in recent times, honestly, from some opinion that I've seen or heard, and some might say that they have never been active. The Joe Ajero-led Labour Congress has not been as, after what would I call it? After Shomola left, Adams Shomola, we have not seen much of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Okay. That is, let's go down a bit. Take it up. Let's see. More interesting later there. Any other one? Okay, these are pictures of the nursing school and quarters. Okay, I think they are world class. Looking at the picture there, one can tell the quality of structure. But I'm concerned. The first lady went to Bruno, Mr. Ibrahim. And Bruno is also a state listed as one state that campaign
should not take place.
Wow.
My state is a very beautiful state, and then most of these crises that are taking place are not within, are mostly from the outskirts. Yeah.
Okay, the next newspaper, please. Exactly. We have a Punch. Federal government seeks 30 days credit window for airlines. Federal government seeks 30-day credit window for airlines. Jet fuel crisis. It's bad enough that we're having PMS prices. You know, we're still battling 1,400 naira per liter or 1,350 per liter to buy fuel. And here we are, it has snowballed into jet fuel as well. What that means, both on land and in the air.
What this also means is that Nigerians must suffer for everything. Everything, as a Nigerian, you must suffer for everything under this dispensation. You must just suffer for everything. That's how our life has been thrown, what our life has been thrown into. Nothing goes easy for the average Nigerian. Not even for the average Nigerian. Nothing goes well for Nigerian. This is just boldly what this implies. Because every day you wake up, you will see one aspect of your life being strangled so that you will be unable to breathe. Every day. And I mean it. Unless if you can be hypocritical and you don't want to speak things out. And unless we are able to come out and talk and speak, honestly, these people will continue, this particular administration will continue to strangle us till we are dead.
Wow.
Nothing is, they will make sure that nothing is for the Nigerians.
If it is difficult to buy fuel to fuel your vehicle, and as well difficult to fly by air, then what other means do we have?
Well, we from the northeast, we already use our camels and donkeys and we up to now, I know how to ride donkey, I know how to ride camel, and there are so many people like us.
But you can ride the camel?
Of course, I come from a desert state. I come from Borno, so let them continue to hijack their fuel and everything.
So why not bring your camel to Abuja and the rest?
I know. Ultimately, I have to go back home
and transport your camel to Abuja.
I may not stay in Abuja. I'll go back home. Just like the one time King of Saudi Arabia said, if America disturbs us, we'll bomb our oil refineries and then live our former life. We'll just live taking milk, riding on camels. We don't even need the oil. That is how they were able to bluff America out of their participating or getting themselves involved in their political affairs. And Americans have to let go. That was in the early 50s and 60s. So life is not easy for Nigerians, honestly. We have no option than to go back home, clear our villages, and then buy some donkeys and camels.
Will insecurity allow you? Knowing that Borno State happens to be the hub of insecurity today. As it were.
What happens, home is home. It's better to be home today as well.
Home is home.
Yeah.
Okay, go up. So
South Africa, federal government demands protection after two Nigerians killed. South Africa, federal government demands protection after two Nigerians killed. Court orders speedy trial and tribunal resumes May.
So the xenophobic act is back again.
It's back again in South Africa. They always have Nigerians in their eyes. I can't understand these people, honestly speaking.
All right, let's look at other already there at the same newspaper. Okay. Take it up a bit. Okay, what do we have there?
Kogi school attack. 17 pupils rescued, 9 still in captivity. 17 pupils rescued, 9 still in captivity. These
are primary school children.
Yes, exactly. Pupils. Kogi school attack. So Lagos couple beats adopted daughter to death.
Lagos couple
beats adopted daughter to death.
You adopted a child, and then along the line,
you molested him.
You murdered the child.
You murdered the very unfortunate.
That's a very sad and unfortunate story there.
Mm.
Sad indeed. Why would you adopt a child if you know you cannot take care of the child?
Exactly.
You know, well, I hope the law will take its course and ensure that justice is served. That is murder, and it's a high-profile crime. And of course, we know what that is punishable by.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. We have
here's ADC. Court hears ADC. Accord registration suit May 5. Court hears ADC accord registration suit May 5.
Well, we still have one there under the picture there. We still have Ekiti Governor. APC leaders back Oyebanji re-election bid. Okay, we can see APC leaders there. You know, but I hope the reason why they are backing him, Oyebanji, is based on performance. I hope so.
Exactly.
Because I don't understand why in some states a governor who is not even doing anything will be given the opportunity to, you know, to come back the second time.
Exactly.
Well, in this part of the world, we don't sometimes allegedly merit is not considered when it comes to re-election.
Exactly. In so many things in this country.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go to another newspaper, please.
I think it's Sport. Yes.
Sport, and this will probably form or be the last newspaper for today.
Come back. Joshua confirms July 25 ring returns after car crash. Joshua confirms July 25 ring return after car crash. So
Joshua has come back to the rings.
Yeah.
After the car crash, he, experienced somewhere along Lagos Ibadan Expressway.
I'm going forward to competing and picking up where I left off.
Okay, Joshua is slated to fight with Tyson Fury.
Exactly.
And that will be another interesting boxing. You know, boxing is one of the most expensive sports in the world. The kind of gambling that goes on boxing is
in the boxing industry.
Yes. Las Vegas. Have you heard of Las Vegas in America?
Of course, the gambling city.
That's a gambling city. The kind of the big gamblers gamble over who's going to.
It's in Phoenix.
Yes, but we wish Joshua would be the best, and we hope that he comes out victorious this time around. But at some point, I think he has lost his fight with Tyson Fury, and he seems not to have given up. He wants to prove a point. Wish him well and hope that he comes out with, like I said earlier, with success. Mr. Brian, before we wrap it up on the newspaper review this morning, what caption is there? Is more you find more intriguing this morning? I'm
sad with the abduction and killing of those people in Kaduna, Plateau, Benue, Kogi states, because almost about 30 people have suffered killing and abduction, and it is sad that this thing is still happening within us, despite the huge amount of money that we allege to have been spending on security. And the number of intelligence we allege to have been helping us in our security situation. I think it's very sad to still have this mentioned in our newspapers daily, day in, day out. There's never a day that will pass that we don't get to hear about stories of abductions and killings. But and then
it's becoming a norm.
It's becoming a norm, honestly speaking, and it's sad.
All right. That will be all for the newspaper review this morning. In case you want to find out more stories on the newspaper, feel free to, approach the newspaper stand and then grab a copy of any of the dailies, and then, keep yourself abreast with the current happening in our political landscape. This is P&B Morning Show. We'll be right back, and then we'll go straight into the topic for today. Stay tuned after this timeout. All right, welcome back. This is P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. My name is Tichidi Kenneth, and I have with me Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu.
Yeah.
Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, before we dive into the issue, just recently, we'll be hearing talks, calculations, permutations, and all kinds of political, arrangements, all geared towards 2027.
Yes, certainly so.
And like I told you, like a friend of mine, allegedly told me or rumored that parties are beginning to plant stooges or stooge, the APC and the APC and malls into, to destabilize each other.
Exactly.
I thought before now we've not been seeing, any sight of any form of crisis in the APC.
Yes.
But now we are hearing the Nasarawa and the Niger.
Exactly.
And that is even getting worse, Now we are, the 2027 is fast approaching.
Yes.
And we have reservations of court cases. And what have you, towards the 2027. Now, politics is going on, killings is also going on. What do you think? What can we do? Is it supposed to be so? And the military, they're trying to adopt, or trying to, align themselves with the veterans to see how they can, reduce this situation, also adopting the non-kinetic approach. And I'm beginning to wonder, what other approach are we going to? Because in time past, we have also used the non-kinetic approach. And still the killings still persist. So what do you have to say about that before we now dive into the issue?
Well, in truth, whether an election is approaching in a country or not, killing shouldn't have been a country's or a state's daily routine. Killing is never welcome, either as a result of robbery, or as a result of insurgency, or as a result of banditry, or even as a result of communal or religious crisis. Killing should not have been happening. That is why the security agencies are in place. In Nigeria, at least we have almost about 7 to 8 different security outfits, ranging from the military themselves. The military in itself is divided into 3, the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Air Force. Then we have the Nigerian police. Even the police is divided into 2 different types. We have the ordinary Nigerian police and we have the mobile police.
We have the DTOs, that's one in terms of vehicles.
Exactly. And then we have the civil defense, we have the, what do you call them?
Immigration?
The immigration services, they are all paramilitary. So we have so many different security agencies. The DSS is there, you understand? And then instead, there are other small security outfits established by the state. Like in my state, we have what we call CADVIS, Junior Vigilante and Security, something like that. They also contribute their quota in ensuring that there's relative peace, to ensure that violence has been kept below minimum and criminal activities have been checkmated. Do you understand? But here we found ourselves in Nigeria today being faced with major, serious, life-threatening situations.
So are you saying that the level of insecurity is high now?
It's very, very high.
Higher than what it was before?
Of course. A situation where a huge, almost a community of people will be abducted. 300, 400. It's a very serious situation.
Even though some people may argue that it appears to be state managed, allegedly.
Well, you use the word it appears. What if it wasn't appear? What if it is real? Because we have witnessed 2 real situations like that. We have experienced the situation of the Chibok girls.
Yes.
We have experienced the situation of the KB girls.
Okay.
So what if this is also true?
It can't be
reported on national news.
There are some things I find it difficult
by our major news outlet, and then we assume that
there are some things I find difficult to. No, I find there are some things I find difficult to comprehend here. I want to be very factual to myself.
Exactly.
The insecurity there seems to be no end or sight to any end or whatever possibility of ending this insecurity.
I agree with you.
And then over time, just recently, it has increased so much so that now a bold statement has been made. At first, the statement was rumored or just floating around in the air, but now it's now a fact that 8 states from the north may likely not host campaigns. And then what we argue, like for example, Borno State, the president's wife is there now to commission projects. That in itself can be likened to be a semi, campaign too. I don't know if because she's a member, she's a member of the APC, and the governor there is also a member of the APC, and of course we know the political relevance and attractions and crowd that comes along with the visit of the first lady. So do you see any confusion there?
Yes, there is. Of course there is. You cannot say that campaigns should not take place in states because those states are having security challenges. And then the number 2 most important person in the country. Because yes, of course, in hierarchy, administratively, after the president, there is the vice president, then there is the senate president, and then the speaker of the House of Reps. But then the first lady,
she's more or less like the de facto president.
Closest person, naturally, to her husband, to the president.
Because she's
and then she's allowed, exactly, and then she's allowed to go to a state where you say campaign should not take place, to go there and commission capital project. A
visit that can simply, stand it, can simply adjust campaign too.
That in itself is campaign. When politicians invite key figures to come and help them launch key capital project in their state, this goes a long way to show you that they are campaigning over something. And just recently, you remember, Borno people, Borno elders collectively came and say that they are all of them doing Tinubu. They are backing Tinubu and Shettima because the vice president is their son. Shortly after making that statement, the first lady is now going there to commission projects.
And we know the kind of crowd that accompanies such visits.
Exactly.
That crowd can also be compared to any campaign.
Exactly. And the National Assembly chairman or president is now telling us that a campaign should not it's not going to take place in so state, including Borno. What sense does that make? So you can also see, there is hypocrisy here. When you link this particular statement to an earlier statement made by what is his name, the Senate President
Akpabio, that said that insecurity is going to disappear
that insecurity
after 2027 election.
Relate this. This is just an opener to the fact that very soon we know that they will say campaign will not take place, and then the next stage is that election will not take place in those states. It was started from that statement that insecurity will stop after election.
So it appears that something that's allegedly premeditated.
It's state managed. It's prepared. It's prepared. That statement is
to suit this statement.
Exactly. That initial statement of insecurity will stop after election.
It's connected now.
It's connected to that campaign will not take place.
This final resolution.
State, and then the next step will be election will not take place in those states. It's scripted. Just like I tell you, they will do whatever they can to make sure that they retain their positions and their powers. And they know, this is very clear in Nigerian election history that do not sit on the votes. Once you get the massive vote from the north, you just need to get 1 or 2 other from the southwest and southeast, and then you're good to go. And the handwriting on the wall clearly shows that the north is not romantically at peace with the powers administration. Exactly. So whatever they will do to make sure that they drastically kill or weaken the vote power of the North, they will do it.
Okay. Is that what you think?
Not what I think. Not what I think. These are the handwritings on the wall.
Which of the walls are you referring to? Because we have so many walls when you say the handwriting of the wall. But anyway, let's leave that. And just recently, the government announced that some states will not be hosting political campaigns, in their states, citing insecurity as the reason for excluding those states from participating or hosting campaigns. This issue has attracted serious concern from top politicians like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. According to him, the ban is not necessary, describing it as a mere political distraction capable of undermining democracy in Nigeria. He also believes that every part of this country should be allowed to conduct campaigns so as to reflect the true wishes of the people. Mr. Shaibu, Alhaji Atiku, the former vice president, GCON, Turakin Adamawa, is talking this time around.
He's no longer Turaki, he's more than that now. He's Waziri.
Waziri Adamawa.
Yes, he's the second. He is the second in command in traditional hierarchy in Adamawa.
He's speaking now.
Yes. So, you see, when you say people or states cannot campaign, some states campaign activities will not take place in some states. Campaign is the key ingredient that adds flavor to an election. Without campaign, even if you have followership, without campaign, without telling them what you intend to do for them, without unveiling your wishes for them,
your programs
for them, they cannot fully support you. They may like you, but because you did not come to explain yourself to them, they may not even
or even lack the opportunity to see you.
So now you are telling me that even though I have followership there, you are not allowing me to go and convince them, to go and talk to them, to go and encourage them to stand by me. What you are essentially doing is that you are depriving or undermining their constitutional right.
And to encourage voter apathy.
Exactly. You are trampling on their constitutional right of the citizens. Mere saying that campaign should not take place is undermining the constitutional right of citizens in those areas, in those states. And they are huge in number. They are very huge. Because it deepens fears of disenfranchisement. You are trying to ignore them. You are trying to make them not to be a part of a very essential aspect of their life, election. Particularly when they are angry this time around, they want to ensure change. It's because we felt this. That's why you are de-emphasizing them.
But has this mandate been implemented?
Of course. Because once the president of the Senate makes a declaration, it's a serious statement. All the newspapers are carrying it around. If it is you that make that statement, nobody will know, or me.
Okay.
You understand? But it carries weight. That's why it's all over the national dailies.
But is it going to stand the test of time? Is it going to survive? Because already the likes of Atiku is already kicking against it now.
Yes, because you see, they intend to implement it. And nothing will stop them from implementing it. They have already penciled down the state that this campaign should not take place. Borno,
8 of them?
Borno, Benue, Plateau, Zamfara, Kano. I think
Kano is part of them?
Kano is part of them. Some parts of Kano, major parts of Kano is part of them. Yes.
Wow, Kano?
Kano is part of it, I'm telling you. Kebi, and I think Sokoto, something like that. Yeah, you can see that most of them are in southwest, northwest, and northeast. It's except for 2 from the 2 are actually from north central, then 4 are northwest, and 1 is northeast. This is a dangerous situation. You cannot begin to abridge under any guise the power and right of a citizen, particularly rights that rotates around elections.
But the government is saying they're giving the reasons. There are reasons that it is as a result of insecurity.
Why can't they ensure that security is in place? Is it not their primary responsibility to ensure the protection of life and property? They are the ones that are responsible for ensuring security. You understand? You are there when they budgeted just a chicken amount of money for security, while they put aside 120 for maintenance of a private jet and for post-election legal tussles.
135 billion.
Yes, this shows the seriousness of the government on the part of the government for fighting insecurity.
Do you see any form of hypocrisy to this?
Of course, there's always hypocrisy in their body languages in what they do these days, particularly as related to security issues.
I don't see the possibility of this ban succeeding in any way. That's why when it involves...
You have no reason to say you don't believe it. Is it
going to succeed?
You underestimate the power of power. Don't underestimate the power of power. Even as we are approaching election, even as we know the Nigerians are not happy with this administration, there is still this power of equivalency that we have to give, we have to also seriously look at. Nigerians have to work really hard. If at all they want to obtain that change they so desperately desire. So when power says we want to do this thing, believe me, my dear brother, it's not small force that can deter them from achieving that.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
Now, Atiku has come to say that this ban on states from campaigning, hosting any campaign, has is a political distraction and is capable of undermining democracy.
Yes, because this statement in itself is not just about stopping campaign. It means a lot of other things. It is about suppressing representation. It's about suppressing inclusion and integrity of electoral and democratic process as a whole. Because unless the people come out to listen to what program you have in place for them, when election day comes, they will not even come out to vote for you. And the fact that campaign did not take place in those particular areas, the will of the people, they will already, what do you call it, voter apathy will also die with them. Like, okay, even campaign did not happen here. Me, make us just even...
They might not even know who to vote for.
Exactly. Not that. They will not even be eager to participate in the election itself. They know election will not take place now. Just like I tell you, this statement itself is indicative of the fact that election might not take place in those states. Because they will now give you the next reason they will give you is that, okay, because of this violence, and killing will continue. In fact, killing will increase in those areas, so they will have reason to excuse. They will now say, because we cannot be able to transport election materials to those states, as a result of that, we cannot be able to hold elections in those states. They will use INEC to make those statements. Because all those statements are interlinked, they are interconnected. One statement is linked to another, and another is linked to another, and another is linked to another. But that is why key political figures like Atiku have started talking about it, and very soon we'll hear other people also. I am expecting Obi to very soon come and talk about this. Because
we are very hopeless.
Obi may likely be, I don't know, Obi may likely be the ticket bearer. And then he knows that the largest amount of his vote will come from the north. And he will have been careless enough not to make any statement to that effect, similar to what Atiku.
Of course, he's going to make.
Exactly.
Of course, he's going to make, because well, they're trying to tidy up some internal politicking once they're done, and the ball is, the die is cast. Statements will start popping up now. So he also believes that every part of the country should, have the opportunity of, because the last time of, hosting campaigns, the last election that brought in the current president, we had insecurity then.
Exactly.
And he had his campaigns everywhere.
Yes. Why the situation different today? Why? Unless there was a prior plan for insecurity to increase in those areas, as we see happening today. So they will not have reasons to say that even election material will not be transported there, so election cannot take place there. And that will be deliberate. And we have reason to believe those three statements, those two earlier statements, one made by the Senate President earlier, that insecurity will only stop after election, is shameful. It's shameful for his number 3 citizen of this country to come and make bold declaration in national television that insecurity will only stop after election. And then a few days later, you still come and tell us that, okay, now campaign may not take place in those places. And then 2 days later, the one of the president herself is now in this one of the key areas that you say
performing activities that campaign are judged to be similar to a campaign.
Exactly. And launching projects. So we know that the next statement will be probably insecurity will increase, and they will now find reason to tell us that material will not be transported, the election material cannot be transported there, and as a result of that, election will not take place. See, Nigerians see things, and they know things, and you cannot continuously keep deceiving Nigerians. And they'll get tired of it. And like I read in one book that when you praise the poor man to the wall, and when you decide to rebound, this is going to be pretty unpleasant. And the way things are now, Nigeria are being praised to the wall. A situation whereby you exert Nigerian to the fact that even solar, you have to tax him. Haba. What kind of country are we living in? What kind of leadership do we have in place?
Well.
It's painful.
Well, it's a sad one indeed, but let's hope that we come out of that. And, the person of Atiku,
yes,
making this comment, do you see it as something that will carry weight?
It will. It will. Ordinary people are talking, journalists like you and I are talking, university dons are talking, ordinary citizens are talking, and sometimes when we talk, it is only when we talk that those people that are responsible for putting hardship on us will know that we are feeling the impact of what negative things they are doing to us. And they will know that business is no longer as usual. They must amend. Unless we don't talk. And that's why I always say people should come out and talk. Talk at your own level. Anytime you have platform or opportunity to talk, so that they will know that you are not timid. So that they will know that you are not foolish or stupid. so that they will know that you are seeing them and you are aware of what they are doing. And once they are trying to make the country uncomfortable for Nigerians, Nigerians too are also knowing that one day they will rebound. And this is a situation we are trying to avoid seriously.
You know, talking about Nigerians, you know, some of these things sometimes amuses me as a person. You know, one thing that amuses me about this country?
Yes, I want to hear it.
I wonder if some of these leaders, our leaders, know how intelligent we are.
They do.
Because there is virtually an average Nigerian who is of, you know, a very sizable age is intelligent enough to know what's going on in this
Let
country.
me tell you, they know. Do you know why? Greater majority of them used to be hustlers. They came from a very humble background. Among our leaders, the few ones that came from rich family or well-to-do family or well politically rooted families are people like Yaradua. But majority of those people you are seeing, they came from a very, 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 very humble background. They are hustlers. They survived. They are also smart.
They rose through the ranks.
Exactly. They are smart.
Life.
Exactly. They are smart. They are as intelligent as any other Nigerian. They know what Nigerians go through. That's why they don't have. That's why they don't have this soft feeling. People that came from a very, very well-groomed families, that's why they are very soft and gentle and they have pity in their heart, like Yaradua. But people that come from a very rough life, that they knew what they passed through, that's why they don't have soft feelings for the poor man. I'm telling you, they know it. They know that the Nigerians know what they do, and they know that Nigerians feel the bad impact of what they do. They know. 75% of them come from a very, very humble beginning. They are not children of anybody. Few of them.
How did I get there?
Because you see, I don't know how to put it, because in my Hausa language we have the way we say it. I don't know how to put it in English. But you see, a person who suffered enough in life and find himself in a certain position is supposed to be the one that can show pity and love for people in similar situation that he came out from. But reverse is the case here in Nigeria. Reverse is the case. People that grew up with pity of the poor, that are well trained, are the one that when they reach position of power and authority, they are the one that have a little bit of pity on the poor man as compared to people that he himself was poor. That's the experience we are facing in this country. Tell me among them who came from such very solid background, apart from Yaradua. Just tell me, think about it. There are, but I can't remember them. That's why they are peppering us now.
So why now some might argue with you and said 8 states all in the north. Why is it so?
Because that is
from the south?
Yes, that is because it is the place that has the largest number of votes that they are trying to suppress. And then secondly, because to be honest with you, these are the places they can use the insecurity card to achieve what they wanted to do. Particularly Borno, which is prone to insurgency, Katsina and Kebbi and Sokoto, which is prone to banditry. Do you understand?
And maybe probably
Plateau, which is prone to ethno-religious crisis. Do you understand? So they can easily play those cards and make sure that these places, and they see. Remember, Mark has a very large followership also. He's a politician that has charisma. So he comes from this North Central, Benue and Plateau. That's why Benue and Plateau are incited in these places. Otherwise, the insecurity in Benue is not enough to say that election or campaign shall not take place. Even if you say Borno, okay, relatively understandable, but why Plateau? I hope you are getting what I mean.
Yes.
Well, I mean, why Benue? Why Plateau? You are including them. They included Niger. There's banditry there too. They included Borno. Then they included
Kwara there?
Yes, Kwara. Exactly. 3 North Central, 3 Northwest, then 2 Northeast. Because this is where the presence of the ADC, the presence of the strongest opposition party is greatly felt, these particular areas. North Central.
My concern is more on Kano.
Wallahi.
Kano, when you don't, if Kano does not participate in election,
They said
what election are you holding in Nigeria?
For Kano, they said part of Kano, and probably part of Kano that are more loyal to the Konkosia movement. In fact, the Kano, there's no part of Kano that does not belong to Konkosia. I'm telling you, this APC Abba is only taking a chunk, a small chunk of the total vote in Kano. You will not perform any wonders in Kano. The Konkosia is there to take Kano. That is why you see the coalition is being feared. Yes.
So this is more or less another scheme that is exposing the fears of the ruling party?
Exactly. Exactly.
Because just like I read here that the campaigns should be allowed so that it can reflect the true wishes of everybody.
Everybody.
Let's test the ground. If you have 32 governors and you have...
We conducted election in Nigeria when Boko Haram was at the feet of their battle. You remember?
Yes.
That does not stop election to take place all over Borno State. And at that time, all those states that we are counting now are not prone to all these disturbances. But Borno was burning. Despite that, election was able to be conducted in Borno State. Why are you now coming to tell us that not even election, that campaign should not take place?
Even the one that is even, posing a shocker to me is
the Kano.
Kano. And then look at, coming to Abuja, Ireti has now been asked to explain 100 million contracts.
I'm telling you, it's the Shivas. It's the Shivas.
And I'm asking myself, what happened all this while?
Allah. They are confused.
Why now that we are getting closer to the elections?
APC is confused. And you see, this mass defection that I'm telling you about will soon start happening in APC. I'm telling you, nothing can stop it. You will begin to see, let's say from around July, August, you'll begin to see crazy kind of defection away from the APC.
Okay.
And then what the ruling party will now do is to try to destabilize the ADC further, worse than now. These are the drama that will begin to unfold going towards 2027 election, and we'll begin to see two other political parties assuming strength, probably the PRP and the SDP. Because just yesterday, I think the court has cleared the SDP situation now. There was no any problem with the SDP. So there's, it is the SDP that all those people wanted to move into initially, before Europai came with the suggestion that they join ADC. Initially, it was the SDP that was the target. So, and now there's also PRP. They are also eyeing PRP. Because the incumbents, like I tell you, politics, everything is allowed in war and politics. And you will see that happening.
Okay, Mr. Shaibu, I think I want to say a very big thank you to you for doing justice to this very topic. We'll be going on a short break, and then when we come back and return, we'll dive into the second topic for today. Well, 8 states stands a chance of being banned from campaigns. We hope it will not extend from that there to something else, and that's our prayer, because people should be allowed to express themselves. People should be allowed to move freely, to sell their political campaigns and ideology, and convince the people to vote. Nobody should be stifled. Nobody should be, gagged. Because before now, we've not had this kind before.
Exactly.
Since 1999.
Honestly.
We haven't had what security challenges. And yet election took place in those places. Even with big IDB camps and the rest of them. We are even seeing the wife of the president visiting Borno State now to commission projects. A visit that can be similarly adjudged to be a resemblance of a campaign allegedly. And then somebody is saying that state should be banned. And they're the almighty Kano that even when we're younger, we always wait to see the votes coming from Kano. Now Kano, some parts of Kano have been penciled that a campaign should not take place in such areas. Now, and one is wondering, no state from the southeast, no place from the southwest or from the south. Are there no issues there?
Of course there are. Of course there are, but they are not threat as they are not as threat as the northern. And
when you try to compare this, like you said, vis-a-vis the statement made by the Senate President recently, that insecurity will disappear, and one begins to ask, does he know the expiring date of insecurity?
Exactly.
Is there anything they know that we don't know? Please and please, we want to appeal to government. Let us move on seamlessly without fear and favor.
And I would like to call on the INEC, the security agencies, and the APC government to clarify their positions and to reassure Nigerians that no part of this country will be denied their constitutional right. Therefore, campaign must take place in all the states mentioned. That is what we call justice and fairness. Anything other than that is victimization and denial of constitutional right for Nigerians.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. I must say a very big thank you to you once again. And we're going to go on a short break, like I said before. And when we return, we'll dive into the second topic for today. This is P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after this time out. All right, welcome back to P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and I have with me Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu sitting down here with me as usual. Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu,
Mr. Chidi,
welcome back to from the break, and we still have other issues, shaping the political landscape of our country. Now we are going to dive into another issue has to do with corruption. The monster corruption is still ongoing. But some might also argue that this corruption seems to be selective, kind of, because we still have some people whose names are top list on with the anti-graft agencies, and they are working freely and they are even in government positions.
Exactly.
While some are being incarcerated, some of them are being still standing trial, and we don't understand what is going on. Now, the war against corruption has again beamed its satellite on a high-profile government official. The former governor and the Minister of Defense, Alhaji Badiru Abubakar, has come under intense financial scrutiny. This has raised many questions, and whether it is a genuine, move to curb financial crimes, or another political witch hunt. All right, what will become of him as a formidable cabinet member? So many questions, too many conspiracy theory out there, Mr. Ibrahim. Corruption, Mr. Badiru. I think he's the Minister of State now.
Is it the former or still the on seat?
No, the Minister of Defense is
Minister, okay. Minister of State for Defense.
Yes.
Well, you see, the issues of corruption and mismanagement of funds by Nigerian former governors and other Nigerian politicians is nothing new. Like I always say, without fear or favor, I always say that Nigerians politicians are corrupt. They loot public funds. This is no secret. Even the madman on the street knows that. I've already sent 58 of them. Exactly. His country's politicians are looters. So we know about that. But what is of concern and what is disturbing is the fact that when the government tries to wage war against mismanagement of public funds and then corruption charges against politicians, it should do it with honesty and fairness to all Nigerians. It shouldn't allow across board. But when you make people begin to wonder and begin to assume, or begin to not even assume, begin to see that this war is waged toward a particular set of people from a particular region, it begins to
and particular motive
question the reason and the motive why you are doing that, especially when election is around the corner, and particularly when those people you are witch hunting or you are waging your war on management and corruption against happen to be strong politicians from a particular region, a region that you feel are no longer in love with you.
But some might also argue with you, sorry to cut you there, that in as much as yes, you will try to link it up with regions and it. Listen, the question I want to find out myself, did you commit the crime? If you committed the crime, then you should face the law.
I agree with you. That is why I made the earlier pre-statement that Nigerian politicians, a greater majority of them are looters. I agree. The fact whether they have committed the sin or not, the fact that they are being convicted or something shows that there are reasons There are reasons why they are being suspected of committing the crime. So that goes. But why is it that the war is tilted toward one direction? I have it on record here that about 58 former governors have had corruption allegations with the EFCC. 58.
How many have been convicted?
Let's not jump into that already.
Okay.
The statistics here shows that of these 58 former governors, only a very small number have actually been convicted. Only a very small number. Then when we say small number, how many do you think they may be? 8? Or probably 10. But let's just even assume it is 12. Out of
convicted, tried, and sentenced?
Convicted. Some have been convicted but have not been tried. We are coming to all this, please. Then it is estimated that the total alleged loot committed across state by former governors is over 2 trillion naira. You can imagine that. Then we even have top of the list. Top of the list is the sitting President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, 2015 EFCC investigation. 100 billion naira alleged. No conviction. Case remains controversial, sitting on the country's number 3 seat currently. What will you say about that? This is on record. Vanguard newspaper, Vanguard News, 5th May 2024.
Yes, Vanguard newspaper?
Yeah, Vanguard News, 4th May 2024. Then we have Timothy Silva, 2025 EFCC prosecution, 19.2 billion. You want to know the outcome?
No.
Dismissed. Case dismissed. Gone
and buried.
Yes, gone and buried. So there are so many evidence. Why are you just now looking at Rufai, Malami, Atiku Ngibe, Badaru? Why is it always from the north? I have more. I have to take the trouble. I'm a slow writer, but I have to take the trouble to at least make this key point. In the southeast, we have Oji Uzo Kalu, convicted, 7.6 billion naira. Supreme Court nullifies the conviction.
Supreme Court nullifies the conviction.
Nullifies the conviction. Uzo Oji Kalu, now sitting comfortably in the red chambers.
As my chief whip or something?
Exactly. Exactly. The cases are there. Some of them have been nullified, but the cases are there on record by the FCC. Then we also have Chimaroke Namani, 5.3 billion naira. Outcome eventually discontinued. Just they forget about the case and went to sleep.
No, they went to take. They went to rest.
They just forget about him. And I think he's also in the red chambers now. Namani. So you see, in the southwest we have Kayode Fayemi, 4 billion naira alleged, no even conviction. Then we have Christopher Ala Akala, charged by the FCC after his tenure, 11.5 billion naira. Forgotten. So there are cases like that. Where are you not going to the other? I have many cases where I just selected two from each region from the south. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are more than two cases from every region, from every southeast, from south and southwest. I just decided to select just two per region.
Out of the 58? Out
of the 58, just to make an example, because we don't have all the time in the world. So if these correction charges, if all this looting had taken place by all previous former governors, and even ministers and other politicians, from
all parts of the country,
from all parts of the country, why is the such light strictly on the north? Why is it on the north? And why is it only for people that are fall out of love with the APC or have defected from the party, or have changed their allegiance to other political
parties? The story there behind the one of Badiru,
yes,
is that it is the State National Assembly that also adopted a particular report.
The State House or Assembly are being prompted by the federal, just like what happened in Kaduna State. They are prompted because they show their allegiance to the central power.
So it's politics.
Because exactly, it's politics. Because the criminality.
No, because I'm trying to disagree with you when you said why the leaders in the north.
Yes.
You know, it is a rat inside the house that tells the one outside that there's
even the examples I've cited.
Because the state assemblies in the southeast or southwest or whatever it is that it were never made any report or adopted any report against their governors. Since things like
every region had their
they couldn't have succeeded
exactly
if the state assembly did not comply with that report. So Padiru is under financial scrutiny because his brothers brought him out for that.
Let me tell you something. Although we are one country, each region had their own peculiarities. Do you understand?
Yes.
And we all have the way and manner in which we do our politics and in which we do our administrative things. So they knew that this is the best way to go after a northern politician. Get his state to nail him. That's what they did. It is the same style that happened to Erufai. The moment AFCC and ICPC now say, okay, we are raising you, they have already given the signal to the Kaduna side government. So, okay, you have something against him.
To deal with it locally.
Deal with him locally. So it will not be seen as if we are the one that are doing it. Are you understanding?
So is it political drama?
It's political drama. That's exactly what I'm going to. It's political drama. It's an attempt to weaken the power of the opposition and an attempt to weaken the politics of the North. But that will not weaken anything. That will not weaken anything. Just like see the amount of progresses and success ADC is recording, despite the fact that the main actor is still under detention.
The actor himself.
The actor himself, yes, because people thought that Erufai is the only head, the only brain that can work for the ADC. That is miscalculation. Look at David Mark. Look at former governor of Rivers State. These are political brain. Look at even Arime Shola. These are political brain boxes. Erufai just happened to be a person that can bring, but that has this crowd pulling. He knows how to talk to you to make you become part of the party. You understand? That's just it. It's not that he's smarter than the other politicians. You can never, I didn't know the amount of respect I have for David Mark as a politician, as a military general, and as a politician. So it's the same thing that is happening here. The only way you can weaken them is by checkmating them or nailing or painting them black through corruption and the management of funds, delay them, waste their time. Do you understand? That is the card that they are playing now.
So this whole political wing chanting is an attempt to weaken the strength of the North?
Definitely so.
Now it's
not the North per se. Not the North per se, the opposition party. Because all these people they are seeing, they belong to the opposition. Even
they seemingly look like from people from one particular region too.
Exactly, yes. Yes. Every president, for you to become president, honestly,
you need the blessings from the North.
You need the blessings of the North. Not because of anything, not because they are data, but because they give you the vote en masse. When they not say they love you, whether you are their own, even if you are their political consciousness, even if you are their own, if they say they don't want you, wallah, you will not go there. They shot Atiku now. Atiku is their own. They love Atiku, but they tell him that no, we are not rooting for you. We are rooting for Tinubu because of Buhari. They went all the way to support somebody to lead their own and then supported the other one. Do you understand? They did to Olusegun Obasanjo. They did it to MKO Abiola. You remember? So it is known that if you want vote, and the vote of the North must count, is the decision maker in Nigerian election. And definitely, the ruling APC is now aware that it's falling out of love with the North. Do you understand? So they have to do whatever they can to make sure that they dismantle the Northern vote. But like I tell you, it will not work. It will not even work. Do you know why? No. Like I tell you, by weakening the politicians, by arresting them, by intimidating them, it will not have any effect on the vote of the ordinary local voter. And the mind of the local northern voter has already been made that he doesn't like APC any longer. You understand? But it's not actually the APC that he doesn't like, it's the policies and the hunger that is eating him. And he knew that from the body language of this administration, they are not ready to stop punishing him or victimizing him or making him poorer or making him hungrier or making him angrier and making him more and more frustrated. So even the governors have no say in the way our vote will run this time around.
It is the people.
It is the people.
Nambadi Road is currently, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Minister of State for Defense. What do you think will become of him? You know, having seen this revelation popped up.
Yes, first and foremost, even I belong to the same administration, I would not like to see a person that had been having these charges against him be part of my administration. Do you understand? So naturally, we should expect that he will be relieved of his position first, and then by the time he is released of the administration, I believe, going by how we see things happening in this country, he will be subjected to a situation similar to that of Malami or El-Rufai.
Okay.
I think that's what I foresee in the nearest future.
Somebody was saying, why did El-Rufai, why pushed him to June? Why pushed his case to June?
They'll keep shooting
why keep him to June? Because it's an attempt to keep him away from the, you know,
political activities,
from the primaries.
Primaries, exactly.
Because if El-Rufai was to be around, that he would have made serious moves.
He made them to see reason to do the needful. The APC, I'm telling you,
the ADC,
they knew. He will have compelled on them. He will have encouraged them. He will have given them the reasons why they should go this way. And whatever way this guy calculated, they know that it's going to be a 50-50 affair or evident loss for the APC.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ibrahim, before we wrap it up this morning, we just have a few minutes. I would like to just, you know, digress a bit from the issue of the Badi issue, and then there was an issue that we were to talk about, although we did not reflect it, but I think we should talk about it a bit, which is you know, the issue of the aviation fuel. You know, before now, the issue of the fuel, PMS, premium motor spirit, known as fuel, was blamed at the, you know, the blockage of Strait of
Hormuz.
Now the AI jet fuel, where are we going to blame it at? Is it the same place?
Of course. Now, see, the crude oil is the major product from which all these other finished products are
extracted from. Yes.
From the crude oil, after exposing them to certain temperature, it will become this product, and then when you keep increasing the temperature, it will become this and this and that. So they are every petroleum product comes from the crude oil. Whether it is a PMS, which is petroleum motive super, that's the petrol, or the AGO, automotive gas oil, or the kero itself, the kerosene, and even the aviation fuel, even this thing, white oil they call Vaseline, even diesel, engine oil, all of them came from the major crude oil. Do you understand? They are byproduct of the crude oil. So whatever affects the crude oil itself will definitely affect all the other byproduct of that crude, including the aviation fuel itself. Now,
do you see, now we are looking at a possibility of, you know, one-way flight ticket for 500,000 naira.
Yes.
What does that imply?
It implies that so many travels, the aviation industry will virtually collapse in Nigeria because not many people can afford to book a ticket. So even this one-way ticket is 500,000, which have $1 million in Nigerian currency. Do you understand? And that's probably the cheapest. So just tell me, how many people can be able to
1 million naira to go to Lagos and come back?
To Lagos and come back.
Or Port Harcourt.
And some people even travel 3 or 4 times in a month. So I think that's why I say this government is bent on making life absolutely so difficult to Nigeria in every aspect.
If it is caused by the Strait of Hormuz, then why are we blaming it on this government?
No, we have local refineries now. We have at least one local refinery.
The refinery as Obasanjo came out to say it's not going to work. It will never work again.
On this platform, we have advised several times that look, let them increase the crude oil they are giving Dangote refinery. Let them increase it and let them keep selling it to him in naira so that they will make things easier. I can't understand why we have the crude, we have a private refinery now in Nigeria, and still we are suffering with regards to petroleum products. I just can't see. Is it that they don't care about us? Of course, yes. We already know they don't care about us. And that's the saddest part of the story, actually. They don't care about us. They didn't give a damn what happened to Nigerians. For as long as their house is in order, they have no problem with you. For one thing, their children are not here. Their wives are not here. Their wives are busy in going to the shopping mall in France and Dubai and Dur Khalifa.
Enjoying their life.
Enjoying their lives. They are studying abroad. It's only them here. And if the country is about to catch fire, pew, they already have their ticket. In fact, some of them have dual citizenship. You don't even know. Many of them have dual citizenship.
And they are privy to private jets.
Exactly. They have access to private jets. So if this country is burning, you will not see any one of them. Their families are already there. See, I haven't seen the most wicked set of leaders like the kind of leaders we have in this country.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria, yes.
What makes you think so?
What are you asking
What of
me
the
this
people?
question? Why are you asking me this question?
What of the people themselves? Are we not a product of the people we produce?
If we are made to be like that because of difficulties they expose us to.
Then let us change in our
Yes. Let them change first. Let them do. See, some of these atrocities committed by ordinary criminality that ordinary youth, Nigerian youth are doing is because of the level of poverty they are being exposed to. Make education accessible to them. Provide enabling small-scale business environment for them. Support them financially to establish small businesses, shoemaking, tailoring, fashion designing, small businesses. Make it affordable. You will see most of this youth off the street doing nonsense. They are full of talent. But you will see that there are grants being given by federal government in collaboration with one international organization. Then few Nigerians will now sit on this money. It will not reach the people that...
Okay, Mr. Ben, before we wrap it up, because time is fast spent, let me just go back to the issue of Badiro now. The anti-graft agencies, the EICPCs and the EFCCs are institutions created and saddled with the responsibility to fight against corruption. Now we are saying, the list, going by the list you just read out, is there any alleged, selective
fight? Exactly.
Selective fight against corruption?
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
Do you see it? Do you see anything like that?
These days we see agencies of government being used by the government to violate their constitutional mandate for why they are established in the first place. They now became tool for the government to use against their political opponents. Most of these government agencies, even including, in some respect, the judiciary itself, even INEC, even the FCC, even the ICPC. Once you become the president, you now control them. Do you understand? It's not only this incumbent administration that has done that before, but our subsequent administration has done similarly with those agencies before. But this is very sad. In sane countries, in sane democracies, institutions like that are supposed to be independent.
Like INEC.
Like INEC. Anti-graft has its absolute level of independency. Drug-related agencies, they are supposed to be independent. Do you understand? The judiciary, that one has even been provided by the constitution. Do you understand? INEC, even by the virtue of its name, is independent. That I stands for independence. But at the end of the day, in Nigeria, particularly by this administration, they are being used to promote government's desires and wish. In
the bid of grabbing power?
Exactly. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. They are not playing according to their constitutional mandates.
Mr. Abraham, your parting words before we call it a day. Let's see. Because I, for one, I think I want to charge the anti-graft agencies to go all out, dust the files, and go after the corrupt leaders, just like we have it here, the 58 former governors that have listed. Let them go for them. Let's see how it goes. Because suspending corrupt cases, abandoning it, is not what we emphasize.
Exactly.
Whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander. And whatever is good for Bala is good for Bulus.
Exactly.
Is that not so?
It is so.
So let's have a level playing ground. And for the issue of the ban on estates, I want to hope that will not hold water. That Atiku has raised his voice. Maybe most likely other political bigwigs will begin to raise their voice too. Because, sorry, before now we've been seeing different challenges.
Yes.
In fact, even at the peak of insecurity, campaigns took place in that place, and elections.
Even election took place in the midst of Boko Haram insurgency in Borno.
Yes.
Yes.
And now we're even having the wife of the president, Remi Tinubu, visiting the state to commission projects.
The same state.
Yes, such a visit can also be likened to be a mini campaign, if not.
Of course.
Because, of course, party faithfuls are going to gather and rally against us. So if that can happen, why not campaigns?
Exactly.
Mr. Ibrahim, I think this is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Nice having you this morning. And please do find time to follow us on our various social media handles. Yes, we have it there, channel 008 on Nicom Sat. And we are Politics and Business TV.English. Okay, Politics and Business TV.English. You can follow us there on at P&B.TV.English. So do find time, like and share, follow us on our social media handle. Thank you very much for having a nice time with us on the P&B Morning Show this morning. My name is Kenneth Chidi. Do have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow, same time. God bless you.